At 50 plus, starting fresh online just sounds like a young man's game. That sentence might have passed through your lips once or twice, or maybe it's just been bouncing around inside your head, unspoken but persistent. You hear the chatter. Everyone's making money on TikTok, building personal brands on Instagram, flipping digital products, or launching faceless YouTube channels. But every time you try to wrap your head around it all, a thought sneaks in. This isn't built for people like me. I get it. I live it. There's this unspoken pressure, right, that the online world belongs to the fast-talking, quick-tapping, selfie-loving crowd. People who grew up coding and DMing on Instant Messenger. People who speak in hashtags and seem to just know how to build an audience out of thin air. So where does that leave you? Sitting at the kitchen table, maybe, with a cup of coffee and a 1,000-yard stare, wondering if it's too late, wondering if you've missed the digital train, wondering if you still have something valuable to say, to build, to contribute. Let me tell you something up front. You do. You haven't missed your moment. You just haven't been shown the right way to begin. See, the myth that this is a young man's game is one of the most persistent lies keeping good, wise, seasoned people stuck. It's built on assumptions that only the tech-savvy can thrive online, that people over 50 can't adapt fast enough, that reinvention belongs to the young. But what if I told you that your age is actually an asset? What if the years you spent solving problems, communicating with people, managing chaos, what if all that is exactly what sets you apart in the digital world? Because here's the kicker. The internet might be full of shiny tools, but people still crave one thing above all else: trust. And trust, my friend, takes years to develop. Now, I won't sit here and pretend it's easy. Learning to build income online, especially if it's your plan B after the 9-to-5, can feel like trying to drink from a fire hose. There are gurus shouting, ads everywhere, and a million methods. It's enough to make you want to throw your phone across the room and go chop wood instead. But what if you approached it differently? Not with the pressure to go viral or hit 6 figures in 6 months. Not with the mindset of chasing trends, but instead with the steady hand of someone who knows what matters. You see, building online isn't about being flashy. It's about being real. You don't need to dance on TikTok or learn how to code. You need to speak to people who feel what you feel. People who are also wondering if they're too old, too behind, too late. Maybe your first step is just telling your story, sharing a moment, saying, "Hey, I know what it feels like to be tired of trading time for money and not know where to turn." Because of that honesty, it's magnetic. When I first started poking around in digital marketing, I felt like the guy showing up to a party in work boots. I was overwhelmed, sure, but I was also quietly determined. I knew I didn't want to feel powerless anymore. I knew I needed something sustainable, something that could grow even on my rough days. So I stopped trying to be impressive and started trying to be helpful. That shift changed everything. It turned out there were a lot of folks like me, regular people who didn't want hype, who didn't care about Lamborghinis or fancy houses and all the hype. They just wanted a way out, a way to feel useful again, to contribute, to earn with integrity, to learn something new without feeling like a fool. So if that's you, you're not alone. You're not behind. You're just beginning. Think about this. What if your next chapter wasn't about trying to keep up with the youth, but about leading your own lane? There's a massive opportunity online for people who can tell the truth, offer real value, and connect with others who feel overlooked. You don't need 10,000 followers. You need 10 people who trust you, then 10 more, and then a few who say, "Hey, how can I work with you?" And yes, you can learn the tools. You can build a simple system. You can start with something as humble as affiliate marketing or digital products. There are paths that don't require you to be an influencer. Paths that let you earn quietly, steadily, and honestly. But more than anything, you need to believe that your age is not a liability. It's your leverage. You've lived through things. You've weathered storms. You know how to show up, keep your word, and figure things out. That counts for more than you realize. So, where do you start? Start by looking inward. What do you know that others might not? What have you overcome? What questions do people always ask you? What problems have you solved in your life or career that others are still facing? Start there. Share that. Build around that. Start small. Test things. Mess up. Learn out loud. Don't overthink the tech. Use templates. Use tools that make things easier, not harder. Focus on the message, not the mechanics. And let yourself be a beginner again, without shame. That part's hard, I won't lie. Nobody likes to feel clumsy, but every master you see online, they were once fumbling around too. They just kept going. You can too. Because the truth is, this online thing isn't just for the young. It's for the hungry, the humble, the ones who still have something to give. And I'm willing to bet deep down you do. So maybe today is the day you stop saying, it's not for me, and start saying, let's find a way. Because this next chapter, it's yours, and it might just be the one where everything changes.